side for 5Friends, it's going to be Steve Chu playing the Doom. He's got that little Doomling courier as well right next to him. Gyrocopter be handled by Alien Mana Banana. Outward Devour is going to be Stars. Got Slardar. That's going to be played by none other than Rice Soul. And then finally, the man, the myth, the legend, G will be playing the Rubik. They're going to smoke up over on top. Probably not going to find anything here. Meanwhile, on the dire side, it's going to be Dazzle played by Mario for CES. We've got Sven. It's going to be played by King Kong. Over on the Marauder is going to be I Annihilate. Brewmaster is going to be played by Wolf. He's going to take a nice big look at that Marana. And then finally, we've got where's our Earth Spirit? Baruchu Uzumaki be playing the Earth Spirit. So again, not really finding anything with the smoke top, and their ward ends up going on the low ground. It gives them some good vision of the jungle, but not a huge amount of vision of the high ground. So they'll have just knowledge of the pool, which is going to be, I guess, enough for the Radiant side. So again, they're going to all hang out around the top side of the map and be able to TP back to their lanes as fast as possible with these nice free TPs that the all-knowing Ice Frog, the Lord of all balance, has given us. So thank you, Ice Frog, for your wonderful gift. And Stars is going to be able to get the first CS on the mid lane, using a lot for it. But there's the Astral Imprisonment, making sure that he ends up getting it. I don't really see ODs too free with those, but you may as well get the mana regen going in the early game. I Annihilate, very strong mid in his own right, going to get a deny there. And the lane will push his way. Stars will again be very annoying with that Astral Prison. There was a time in Dota 2 where using that Astral Prison ended up stealing the intelligence away. That's when you ended up with 13 mana boy Juggernaut sitting on the mid lane trying to last hit against Puppey. Luckily, Juggernaut doesn't need intelligence for last hits. But you know what I like about people that play against OD? They make the best situation out of no situation. Wolf a little bit far in the bottom lane. There's going to be a crush, followed by a telekinesis, trying to get the rocket barrage onto him, but they're going to start out with the homing missile. Wolf trying to make his way around. Another crush is going to be there. But meanwhile, First Blood over in the top lane, completely missing it. And Steve Chu just couldn't stay alive long enough. That's going to give the advantage over to the dire side. And might be getting another kill. They're starting it out with the stun. There's a Storm Hammer. Steve Chu still has the Fountain regen. He's going to break the tree. Rice Soul gets in there. Can he keep his friend alive? He's right underneath the ward. He's heading into a whole lot of trouble. He won't even be able to get the bounty rune, and he might have killed off Rice Soul as well. Mario getting the big weave. This is not looking good. Not like this for 5Friends. They're about to be broken up pretty soon as CES find a couple kills over the top lane. Meanwhile, Wolf is getting aggressive over in bottom. Alien Mana Banana has got to be careful here. Needs to work around the creep wave. Actually hasn't gone for a level in the Rocket Barrage yet either. Blaze it. Oh, G. Come on, man. G. Oh, he's going to get crit as well. It's not looking good. Not like this. Homing Missile will go in and just make him Dougie for a little bit. And he'll end up backing away and will clarity himself up. This game is weird. All the action is happening in the side lanes away from the mid lane. Return to the bottom for Rice Soul, and he's completely scoured out here. He's sick of dying over at bottom. There's going to be the Thunderclap, but he'll be soon followed by the homing missile, and Wolf will be killed off at bottom. But there are still kills going off elsewhere. 5Friends are committing a lot into making sure that the Brewmaster doesn't get levels, but meanwhile, they're losing so much on Doom in top. He's at just level 2. Might have to think about going into the jungle for some kills right now because he's died 3 times already. That's not what they're looking for out of it. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, again, Wolf is going to find the aggression, and he's going to get crushed. Alien Man and Banana can't really get too far up on this one. Didn't want to send out the homing missile, but watch out in the mid lane. There's the rock again onto OD. Stars make his way out, but here comes the roll. Can they actually get the arrow on the Stars? He's being blocked out. He will banish the Mirana, making her go into the Astral prison. And even though she has the haste, she's not going to pursue Stars right now. But man, does he have to be careful. Only level 4 right now. You really need levels on OD to be effective, and he's not really getting them right now. Annihilate still being a nuisance with the haste rune. He's going to get the regen to bolster himself up as well. Right now, 5Friends, they're having a difficult time figuring out where they can go around the map. Not really sure where they can be the most effective, because it seems like at any point the shutters could just come on crashing down on top of them. They're not really winning any of these lanes right now. They're gonna get the Earth Spirit roll. Uzumaki not doing well, so at least they'll be able to find a kill there. Looks like Doom is going to clap for the win. But still, they have to be worried about their gyrocopter, who has to be so careful not to get gone on by the Brewmaster. And if you take a look at the CS, 14 to 11 last hits, Alien Man and Banana is just hardly hanging on here, especially when the supports aren't there. Wolf has already died 2 times this match. He's going to put the beer onto Alien Man and Banana, just force him out of this lane, make it so he can't last hit at all. Can't really harass him out either. Homing Missile will be queued up for Alien Man and Banana. Going to take a Thunderclap. Brewmaster will be taking a lot of damage from that as well. Brutu Uzumaki. This is basically the battle of the supports. See which one's able to be more effective throughout the early game. It's 3 kills to 5 in favor of CES. A slight gold lead for them. Oh, G thought about it, but couldn't get in range for a telekinesis. This game, though, level 3 on the Doom. Again, we'll look to the offlaners. Level 5 on the Brewmaster. And as soon as they get up level 6 on him, it's going to be pretty much free reign. Starts trying to make sure that he can try to compete with Mirana, who is on 27 last hits for now. Illusion Rune could be picked up for Uzumaki. He'll protect it at this point. Rice Soul will get 2 bounty runes though. This will pick up for him. Meanwhile, bottom, there's the homing missile, not doing a huge amount of damage to the Brewmaster, proccing his infused range out there. Moonlight Shadow, they'll get the crush, but they've got no vision here, and Wolf may find his way out. Uzumaki's here to help him if he needs it. He'll just be able to escape though. Escape. Mid lane, Stars getting aggressive on the Annihilate, but again, will not pressure him too much. Arrow comes through. Just take the last hit onto the range creep. I'm still looking at 3 of these heroes over at bottom though. One of them just nearly up to his primal split. He just needs 1 more creep to make it happen. He's not going to go for it yet. The creeps almost know that he's there. They start walking to him real quick. There's the primal split. Now can they go for the stun? Baruto Uzumaki ready with the rock. They're going to roll on in. Gets the rock down. They'll get the stun. They'll get the thunderclap. And they're going to go for the primal split. Ready to go underneath the tower for it. The rocket barrage is making things difficult, but it doesn't matter. Those bears don't really care at all. They're going to be able to take the first kill. Ricel is here. He's not going to do well at all. He is going to get hit by another rock right now. G with a nice stun is going to throw the telekinesis on the 2, but it's not looking too good at all. The rock will miss. They throw the beer on the Ricel. Can he actually slither his way out of this one? He'll try to juke around the back, and it works this time around. Only 1 kill for the first primal split. More than worth it. It's on the gyrocopter. But that is what CES are going to be held to. They could have gotten more. It just wasn't in the cards for them. If we take a quick look at the net worth, we are at 3,900 for this spend. I mean, with all the pressure being put on the bottom lane for 5Friends, they haven't really done anything about this spend at all. He's on the most last hits, he's got the most net worth, and he's got a morbid mask, so he's really not in danger of falling too soon in this lane at all. Mario up to the high ground. There's the crush. Ready for the telekinesis. He's going to drop the cooldown on his face as well. He's got a great telekinesis position from G, but here comes iAnnihilate. He's got so many levels. He's going to drop the Starfall, and Doom's going to get into it as well. iAnnihilate's still doing so much damage on the backside. Can they even take down the Brewmaster? They're going to take down the Mirana instead. Going to be banished. That's going to secure the kill most likely. Rubik's going to make sure of it, and G is definitely going to find him. They find 3 on the bottom lane. Roll away goes from Boru to Uzumaki. Pretty good turnaround, though, on the bottom lane. How do 5Friends have any fans? What the heck? Why do they have a 2 under their name? Because that's usually where the fans go. How do they have fans? I don't get it. Maybe it's a new feature. Or maybe that's their matchmaking points. I don't know. I don't know Dota anymore. G getting slowed down by the Orb of Venom. Can they actually find the Rubik here? Roll goes forward, but our Spirit's a little bit off the mark with that. The Sentry Ward placed down on the other side of the trees. They should see iAnnihilate going around here, and they get a little bit of a glimpse of Earth Spirit there as well. And that's going to be enough for them to know that it's bad news. But now the Dire side, they want to try to dive this when the roll comes through. G is going to be in some trouble. The call down comes through, but it's another Primal Split is there, and the arrow is going to be right on top of the Gyrocopter. Wow. Bruto won't be staying alive, and there were no TPs to try to help there at all. Rana's going to stay up as well. I love that little iAnnihilate arrow there. As the Gyrocopter got pushed away by the Earth Spirit, still managed to hit the arrow, and that'll set them up for taking a pretty quick tier 1 tower in the bottom lane. Able to heal themselves up as well. And they still haven't put any pressure on the Sven. He's up to level 10 right now. Mask of Madness available. Right, Soul, do you really want to go on that? Do you really, though?
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Right now, any kind of farm that 5Friends are able to get, they are lucky for. Brewmaster continuing to pick up these bounty runes on the way to his Blink Dagger. So we're 11 minutes in. Sven still farming up the storm. Hasn't had any ancient stacks thanks to the Radiant Observer that is placed up there. And he should probably know that there's a ward blocking it at this point, especially when they're not stacking it all. Unless he's like, wow, Ice Frog, nice game, please fix. It's all broken. But there's actually a ward there. And he'll get ready to go onto the tier 1 tower here in the mid lane using the God Strength. Right away. Trying to heal those creeps, but that Shadow Wave didn't really do all that much. The rock will go through. Stars will just manage to evade it, and this Doom will start onto the Earth Spirit, but he'll be annihilated right away. Steve Chu not looking too healthy at all. King Kong ready to go on the Stars, and that arrow perfectly placed onto the Slaughter is going to help them secure that kill as well. Double while the Doom still goes onto Earth Spirit. That's going to be a tier 1 tower. Unfortunately, the God Strength has run out, so it's probably not going to lead to more.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
But if this push continues on the top lane, maybe they do decide to go for it. They could go for the kills as well, though. 3 kill on the mid lane. Could be looking for more. Wolf coming around the side. Does he have his Blink Dagger yet? He doesn't have enough gold for it. About 500 gold away. He still wants to go for this aggression. TP out. He's going to take 1 away. G is going to stick around. He does have a TP. He could out. He's going to get greedy, though. He goes right for the bounty rune. He's going to just throw the Earth Spirit around. There's a Poison Touch. There's a Magnetize. And there's a very dead G. Almost getting up to the steps to safety. Not really safety, but it would have allowed him to stop dying in the river. Alien Mana Banana getting surrounded. There's King Kong on the high ground. No mana for a Storm Hammer, but the God Strength is there. Arrow comes through, but it's not going to matter. The call down is pretty much a false safe zone for the Gyrocopter, but here comes Rice Soul. Midnight Shadow, Moonlight Shadow. We'll get CES out of there. Still burning them down with the Scorched Earth. But both these heroes are able to get away, regardless of the damage that Gyrocopter was able to put out early. Using that Moonlight Shadow pretty well for this early game. Thunderclap stolen by G. I don't really think that he's going to be able to put too much pressure onto the Brewmaster, who has now gotten enough gold to pick up his Blink Dagger. Mario and King Kong will make their way over to bottom. Can they find anything here? Yep, they'll just blink on him for the Doom. He's not been having the best match by any account. The Sacred Arrow will just kind of hit onto the creep and miss the hero. But here we go. Another stun out on the right soul. Throw a crush, but it's another double kill for CES. And like I said at the beginning, these players are definitely dangerous on the objectives if they can start to win the team fight. They know to go for those advantages, and they're doing it right now while they're pushing the bottom. We've already got a kill being set up on the mid lane by Wolf, going for the primal split on the Alien Man and Banana, and they're going to go right for it. The Storm Panda, Storm Panda, I got that right. It's actually going forward here. Gyrocopter will be picked up, and do the Radiant lose anything else? That primal split will be ending soon. And, well, they don't get the stun out on the Steve Chu before that ends. Looking for the arrow from Annihilate, but it's not going to happen. The bottom tower has been taken, and so has Rysel. Gets the crush down, but he's just level 6, and he's a boy among men here on the mid lane. King Kong's going to be willing to take him out.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And CES will continue to dominate here. A little bit easier of a match than the last one, but the strategy also pretty good for them as well. Being able to get their hands on the Broodmaster, Storm Hammer onto an OD, and there's only so much Astral Imprisoning that he can do. Call Down comes through, some alright damage. The Doom goes out on the Brewmaster. Can he stay alive through this one? He's going to have to fight it out. He knows that he can't get away from this, and he's just going to be taken down beneath the tier 2 tower. Stormhammer out on the Gyrocopter. Do you really want to fight this? Here comes the Annihilate, and he's got the double. Can he get the triple? Going right for Steve Chu. Rysel trying to get in. No Blink Dagger. He's going to have to walk on, or rather slither in the case of the Slardar. On the Mario, Steve Chu has to get out. Annihilate going so far forward. Call it a triple! It's going to be a triple kill for Annihilate, and the Shallow Grave will be able to get him out. Or will it? Does he have the leap? He's going to use the Starfall to get the ultra kill as he goes down. That's going to be a kill streak going the other way as G manages to pick up the 922 gold. But man, is that more than worth it for the Mirana Stars. Will not be able to find the Dazzle. Being nighttime, doesn't have the best vision here. And at least G was able to get something. Better than nothing. But it's virtually nothing at this point in the game. Putting all that gold on a support for the kill streak. Still 8,000 gold in favor of CES. So, game's still afoot. One thing that I will say about CES is they're not really too keen on taking Roshan. And they haven't really needed to. But I think I've seen one Roshan this entire time. Which is a little bit strange when you consider how dominant they've been being tonight. Again, if they win this, they'll be through to the semifinals, onto the best of threes. The real meat of the competition here in the Open Qualifiers. Boruto Uzumaki just pushing on in
Radiant's middle tower
to the
is
tier
under
2
attack.
tower. Right now, the only thing that 5Friends can kind of do is they can go for the bottom tower, which is going to take a while. Mima on top. Here comes the rock and the rolling boulder out onto the Doom. Again, taking him down, not even worrying about the homing missile. God Strength onto a tier 2 tower. They're taking that down quite quickly. They're also taking the tier 2 tower in the mid lane. Wolf is taking a lot of damage from it, but it really doesn't matter for him. He still has his Blink Decker, still has his primal split up, and he'll be able to go for the tier 2 tower here. Lots of TPs in the bottom, though. They're going to do a primal split onto Stars, who doesn't use the Astral Imprison to try to save himself. There's the stun onto the OD as well. He's going to pay for trying to go for the kill onto the bottom tower. They'll be able to get one kill as well as a tower deny there, but it doesn't really look like CES are finished at all yet. There's a Stormhammer into a Sacred Arrow. Telekinesis is going to go onto where the Mirana was, but she already jumped forward. So she's going to be able to get the Starfall for the kill. King Kong making his way over to the side. Do you take Annihilate? Do you take the Sven? She's going to get doomed. She's going to get Corrosive Haze, but is it going to be enough? The hazing is going on here. That Doom is going to run out soon. Fade Bolt takes her low. Corrosive Haze is still there. The Sprint is going to make the Sparta go faster. That Doom is going to go away soon, though. They still have vision. Can they get the Crush? That's some... Ooh, it was so close. It really was so close. But it's another nice kill for 5Friends to be getting here. Unfortunately, though, I still think it's a bit too little too late. 12,000 gold in favor of CES. Teams don't really come back from that like that. And right now, I would still say that CES are being a little bit undisciplined. Smoke up to the high grounds. Ricel is going to try to get away, but the Stormhammer is going to be there, and Sven is going to turn big, red, and angry. And cleave right through the little fish. King Kong again taking a pretty nice kill over there. Earth Spirit still has a shared tango in his backpack. He's probably getting moldy in there. Dire side pushing on him. Really going through mid, not picking up a Roshan again just yet. And Brewmaster really wants to get aggressive here. Look at this. 5Friends going to try to go for a reaction. They've got the Dragon Lance on Gyrocopter. He's really been hurting this game. And they go in for the crush on the Brewmaster. Can they take him down? But the Primal Split is going to be there. It's not the best person to try to initiate onto. And that little doink of the homing missile is going to just be, you know, a little nice little thing for the Radiant side. Because they just got 2 heroes completely taken out. Beautiful boulder smash by Earth Spirit again to make life difficult. A little Storm Panda. He'll be able to get the never-ending Cyclone onto the Gyrocopter, and there's no way of saving him. He's just stunned forever. Bonus kills all over place for CES. They might be ready to go push up for the high ground. Wolf will be leading the way. His next Primal Split in 80 seconds, sending the Sacred Arrow over the side. That arrow goes nowhere though, so they'll keep on pushing for the mid lane.
Radiant structures are fortified.
They will keep on pushing it in, going for their first tier 3 tower of the game. One step closer to making it into the best of 3 matches. Wolf going forward. Oh man, that was a lot of blinks all over the place. Fade Bolt's going to take down King Kong a little bit. They really want to get some kind of kill. Astron Prism though might pull stars a little bit too far out than he's willing to go. Luckily for him though, I guess the mana is slightly lower for CES, and the Sparta goes right into a big old bad time. Wolf ready to go forward as well. He's got his blink into a thunderclap if he can find the right target. Moonlight Shadow's still there, but the rest of his team decides that it's not really time for that. And they'll just go for the shrines with the tier 3 tower being down. They'll get a little bit of gold back in their bindles. CES still dominating here. We've got Brewmaster up to 3,400 gold. Not picked up anything since getting his blink dagger.
Radiant's top shrine has fallen.
Still nobody going for Roshan. It's not really necessary. 5Friends do see Wolf over at bottom. He's got his Primal Split up in 2 seconds, so this might turn into the same exact kind of situation as the last time, but he gets a beautiful reflex blink out. And Ricel won't be able to find him. He's finally picked up his blink dagger, but he can't do anything with it. And the Brewmaster is going to get away cleanly here. Getting away with murdering the other team's creeps. That's ridiculous. Excellent reflexes there to make sure that he gets out of trouble. Mario gets the war on the high ground. Has a Solar Crest as well. Might be ready to make a play for the racks. They're going to use a zoning dust. That was a zoning dust. Doesn't really seem like it did all that much though. Smoke is there. King Kong goes in. Double stun. That was the opportunity that they were looking for. The rock comes on through. Everybody's been stunned in the mid lane. The Blade Mail goes out onto the Doom, but the Aspen Prison is going to keep him in place. Call down is there. Going to force CES back for now. Annihilate has to be a little bit more careful about where he stands. Oh, nice, beautiful triple stun. And the Sanity Eclipse on top of it at all, but the OG just got taken out, and nobody on the dire side is dead. They might have taken a lot of mana as damage there, but they're not dead yet. Gyrocopter up in the air. The rock is going to come through. He's going to get stunned on the backside of it. The Brewings are getting pretty deep here, and the Earth Panda is about to expire. There's Wolf in with the Thunderclap once again. It's a nice thing about playing the Brewmaster. You get 2 health pools, and King Kong is ready to go as well. Doom will be put onto him. He's still walking around with a lot of damage. Ricel's going to get in the thick of it all, but the beautiful stuns continue to come through from Baruto Uzumaki. Can they kill anybody here? The Flat Cannon trying to make a case for it. King Kong getting away from them for the purple ball, and he wants to go back in. There's the Shallow Grave. He's still not dead, though. The heals continue to come. He's not being taken down. Finally, he is by Doom's Infernal Blade. but the damage has already been done. CES taking down 4 for 1. The Mirana gets away with her life. The rocks are still up, but at this point, it's just 5Friends running on fumes. They're not really getting too much done in these fights at all. Maybe they take one hero in the Sven. Maybe they get a good Sanity's Eclipse, but it's not bringing them any closer to winning these fights. And at this point, it becomes really difficult to figure out what exactly can they do. 17,000 gold at just 24 minutes? That's not really a recipe for success. Courier goes over to the enemies' secret shop to pick up finally a sacred relic for Wolf. Oh, he's got his Radiance. Oh, nice. That'll definitely help things. I don't know. There's just a point in the game where you look at a lineup, you say, okay, what does Gyrocopter have? Jack shit. What does an OD have? Jack shit. What does a Doom have? He has a Blade Mail. I mean, I'm just looking at these heroes. I'm asking myself, how exactly can they win this one? Sheer luck, determination, skill. Only one of those options makes sense, and it's luck. They have to hope for CES to throw here. And like, it makes sense to be unbiased. I don't really think that this is biased here at all. Primal Split comes through. He's just going to walk into Roche. And there's not a whole lot that 5Friends can do about it. He's going to put the Rubik up in the air. They're going to throw rocks over at Gyrocopter. The Roshan's done. The rocks are coming through. Nice Astral Prison on the Gyrocopter, but that might put him even deeper into pain. Magnetize comes out. The rocks are exploding on top of Alien Man and Banana. And OD is still up in the air. I hate being a negative Nancy. Nice blink there. I like that. Meanwhile at bottom, Mirana might actually have just gotten herself caught out. She's been doomed. She can't leap out. Rubik's even stolen the leap. And she's dead. That's actually ridiculous. 3 charges on the leap, so good for Rubik. But meanwhile, Roshan's gonna go down. Sword! ACT. Oh wait, 5 minutes later. So anyway, yeah, 5-minute delay by the way. I don't really like being a negative Nancy, but I just keep looking at this game, and I don't see a comeback mechanic. That's kind of the lineup. You sort of have to be ahead with the Radiant side. Now the Dire could keep making mistakes, splitting up there and losing the Mirana. That was a bit of a mistake. You don't want to do that, especially when the rest of the team is pretty much setting up for Roshan, the first one of the game at 26 minutes. I mean, more mistakes like that, and sure. 5Friends are going to have a way back into this match. But I think that's just the essence of NA Dota there. Like, sure, the enemy team is going to make a couple mistakes, but not actually going to bring them back into the game. But who knows? It's Dota. Anything could happen, right? CES could just stand in place until 5Friends kill him. As it stands, 1 tier 3 tower has fallen so far. There's the Aegis on Sven. Brewmaster has a Radiance. And he probably won't be going off without his team next time around. And there's a big push coming in bottom from CES that 5Friends absolutely have to respond to. And if they do, it's going to be dangerous. There's the God Strength going right on top of the Gyrocopter. He's been blown up again. Doesn't have the BKB that he needed, and that's going to be GG. The NA boys will call it. My boy G is going to be going down in flames here to CES, who continue to dominate their way through the NA Open Qualifiers. They're going to make their way into the semifinals and the best of 3s. Just 27.5 minutes, showing a very strong performance against some teams that aren't terribly bad. This was a bit of a stomp for them, but I think under different circumstances, maybe with a different draft, 5Friends could have done better. But that's a good thing. There are tons of open qualifiers for these teams to go through and get experience with. So with that being said, CES will be following them into the semifinals, the first best of 3 of this Galaxy Battles Open Qualifier. PythianLegume, you can follow me on Twitter at PythianLegume or on twitch.tv/PythianLegume. Thanks for watching, guys, and as always, cheers.